Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Hughesman. And today we are going to do our preview for the Talladega Superspeedway race for the ARCA Menards series. So welcome to the show, Jay.
Thank you, Sharon. You hit it on the head. It is Talladega weekend. It starts with the ARCA Menards series. I know they love it when they get to pair up with the Cup Series. You know, we talk about their joint events, but when you have the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series there as well, makes for a great weekend.
It does indeed, and we have a lot to look forward to. They will be on the big stage this weekend, the ARCA Menards series, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be huge. So let's go ahead and get started with our preview for the ARCA Menards series, and they will be racing the General Tire 200 this weekend. The ARCA Menards series returns to action after a 7-week hiatus in the General Tire 200 at Talladega Superspeedway. The race is the third of the 25 season and will be the 71st series race at the 2.66-mile tri-oval known as Talladega Superspeedway.
And not only is it a big track, big event, but it's a big car count. They got 38 cars entered for this General Tire 200, and that represents the most for an ARCA Menards series race at Talladega Superspeedway since 2013.
Wow, that's amazing. The starting lineup for the General Tire 200 will be set by the 24 owners' points, with William Sawalich driving the number 18 Starkey Toyota on the General Tire pole.
Now, Jake Finch, who's going to be in the number 25 Phoenix Toyota, led every lap of a nearly caution-free race at Talladega Superspeedway in 2024. That's the only time in the post-1979 modern era that a single driver led every lap at Talladega. Finch will be joined by Venturini Motorsports teammates Patrick Starpoli. He's in the number 15 Syfrov Toyota. Then you got Lawless Allen in the number 20 Otto Parkett Toyota. And returning is Isabella Robusto in the number 55 Mobil 1 Toyota.
Venturini has a big lineup there. Now, Brennan Queen in the number 28 BestRepair.net Chevrolet leads the ARCA Menards Series Championship point standings heading into the race this weekend. Queen won the season opener at Daytona International Speedway and then finished second in the most recent series race at Phoenix Raceway. That race was in March. He is making his first start, though, at Talladega Superspeedway this weekend.
Well, the win at Daytona obviously bodes well, but Talladega is different. The drivers will tell you a lot of different reasons for that.
It's a different beast.
Now, beast is the right word there, though. LeVar Scott, he's going to be in the number 6 Max Siegel Incorporated Chevrolet. He enters the General Tire 200 second in the ARCA Menards Series standings, 11 points out of the lead. Scott has had success in his 3 previous starts at Daytona International Speedway with 2 fourth-place finishes and 24 career laps led. But he has yet to find that success at Talladega Superspeedway. Scott finished 31st in his first and only Talladega start in 2024. Like I said, they're a little bit different.
They are indeed. Cole Raz is behind the wheel of the number 76 Cyclone Next Gen Travel Centers Ford, and he's making his third ARCA Menards Series start in the General Tire 200. He finished 6th in each of the previous 2 starts at Daytona and Phoenix. He also started both the 25 ARCA Menards Series East races this year, finishing second in the opener at Five Flags Speedway and 7th in the series' most recent race at Rockingham Speedway. So good to see Cole Raz back in the ARCA Menards series as well.
And we're going to see the number 23 Allegiant Airlines Sigma Performance Services Chevrolet as Spencer Gallagher returns to the ARCA Menards series for the first time since the season finale at Kansas Speedway all the way back in 2014, which he won, by the way. Now, Gallagher made his first stock car start of any type last Saturday in the ARCA Menards Series East race at Rockingham Speedway, where he started 13th and finished 10th. So welcome back, Spencer.
Welcome back. Okay, now a lot of you may not know the name Garrett Mitchell, but he's going to be behind the wheel of the number 30 Kinetic Ford. He's also known as Cletus McFarland on YouTube fame. He's set to make his second ARCA Menards Series start and the first since the season opener at Daytona International Speedway. Mitchell was involved in two separate incidents not of his own making, and the second of which cut his day on the racetrack very short. He finished the race as a guest commentator in the Fox Sports broadcast booth.
All right, Andy Jakowiak, the number 73 Dax Markets Toyota. He'll be making his fifth career ARCA Menards Series start at Talladega Superspeedway. Jakowiak finished seventh in his first start in 2021, which is his only top 10 finish at the track. Last year, he fought fuel pressure woes, which resulted in a 27th place finish.
Okay, Nitro Motorsports heads into Talladega Superspeedway with two entries, fresh off the news that team owner Nick Tucker and business partner Joe Tovo have purchased Venturini Motorsports effective at the end of the 25 season. Thad Moffitt, who drives the number 46 Induction Innovations Toyota, will continue his pursuit of the ARCA Menards Series Championship, making his fifth Talladega start. He has three consecutive top 10 finishes, including a fourth place finish in his most recent start in 2022. Now, Amber Balkan is driving the Icon Direct Ask Amber .io Toyota and is making her second start of the season. She finished 29th in the season opener at Daytona.
Hit a little bit of history here when it comes to the series. Drew Dollar currently holds the ARCA Menards Series track race record at Talladega Superspeedway. He won the 2020 race at an average speed of 169.962 miles per hour.
Three of the most recent 11 ARCA Menards Series races have been slowed by caution only once, 2014, 2020, and 2024. Only two of those races in 2018 and 22 have been slowed by more than 4 cautions. It was 7 cautions in 2018 and 6 in 2022.
All considering Talladega, that's not a bad record. Should the race be extended into overtime, there'll be one attempt at a one-lap green and white together finish. Once the white flag has been displayed in overtime, the next flag, which would be the checkered or the caution, will end the race. Now, again, that's different for the ARCA Menards Series. They get a one chance at a one-lap green-white checkered finish.
All right, that's good to know. Now, the General Tire 200 will be broadcast live on Fox Sports 1 starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 11:30 a.m. Central Time. The race will also be broadcast on select affiliates of the MRN radio network nationwide, SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, and on MRN.com. Live timing and scoring data from all on-track activity and live race audio is available at ARCARacing.com. I love that they do that. Follow at ARCA Racing on X, formerly known as Twitter, for up-to-the-minute updates and information.
And if you head over to that ARCA Menards Series homepage, you can check out there. Sharon's got it up on the screen. There's a link there for the entry list to look down the full entry list. We hit a bunch of them, though, already. Talked about, there's an article up on Cletus McFarland's return, as well as Butterbean's momentum, and more Dega storylines. So check that out from the homepage of ARCARacing.com.
Yes, it is a huge entry list with 38 entries for this race. And so the track can handle it. So, Jay, you were talking about over at ARCA Menards, ARCARacing.com. They always have great articles that are up there. They also have the broadcast schedule available There's also a feature on Jake Finch. We talked about him leading every lap last year. You can read about it as they run it back at arcaracing.com.
I'm sure he certainly hopes to, and we've seen how he has progressed in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. So you saw a couple of drivers getting a little bit of extra seat time. William Sawalich, again, I think his is kind of more of a confidence booster, just not the start to the season he's been looking for in the Xfinity. So getting a little bit more track and seat time certainly doesn't hurt.
Okay, there's also an article here about Bryce Hagenberg. Stampede's back to the track at Talladega Superspeedway. He's one of the fellows that are on the entry list.
Bryce Hogberg and Ryan Roulette, too, that I'll kind of be keeping an eye on. They're not from Minnesota, but they're from North Dakota. West Fargo is right on the North Dakota-Minnesota line. And if you don't know the story about Ryan Roulette, he's an Air Force pilot that has been authorized to race part-time when his schedule permits. So stationed, I gather, there at Minot Air Force Base.
Yes, that's pretty cool. So good to know about Ryan Roulette. So I'm looking forward to this race. Do you have any picks?
Dude, come on. You know better than that. At Talladega, it is a wide open playing field. You know, the biggest thing to me is the survival. Get to the end to have a shot at it, and that still doesn't guarantee anything. We talked about the overtime procedures. Obviously, Jake Finch in a Venturini machine would be a good, solid pick. I think kind of what I would call the dark horse is Andy Jakowiak. He has had some great runs in there at the end, maybe got in the top 5, but also maybe been in that melee that takes away that good run. So that'd be kind of my dark horse is Andy Jakowiak.
Yeah, I think he is definitely one to watch. He's definitely, it depends on who your friends are. You find out who your friends are when you race a track like Talladega Superspeedway, because you've got to have somebody who's helping you by pushing, or you're helping somebody by pushing them in hopes that when you need a push, they're there to help you out as well. So this is about who your friends are and who's going to help who. I heard something about RCR today, and he has 2 rules. One is never wreck one of your teammates. And number 2 is don't help a competitor to win the race. If you're going to help somebody, you're going to help your teammate to win the race. So,
and I know not just from the teams, but that's come down from the manufacturers. But we haven't seen any kind of penalty repercussion of that, because when it comes down to it, it's just going to be a matter of who is around you, honestly. You know, and even the friendships, at some point, friendships go out the window. It's what's best for me and my shot at winning, you know, and that's just the way it is. You know, we've seen that, you mentioned it, of manufacturers. Well, why did you go with the Chevy versus Ford or whatever? That was his best shot, you know, and they got to take it. So when it comes time to go at the final lap, per se, you got to go where you can, you know, and with who you can.
Help, right? You got to go with where your help is, more or less.
Yeah. You know, and the ones I've seen where, you see that happen, the driver is going by the field, and if they feel the momentum is with another manufacturer, that line, you know, that's where they're going to go. I mean, that's just your natural instinct. At that point, they're not looking to be like, hey, is that a Ford in front of me? Is that a Chevy in front of me? You know?
That is so true. Andrew Jakowiak is with Kloss Motorsports. Kevin Lampier is the owner, and Mike Dayton is going to be his crew chief. So, yeah, I'd say he's definitely one to keep your eye on this weekend, along with Jake Finch. That Venturini crew, they're going to be working together, I'm sure. There's 4 different team members there. So, but anything can happen, even if you're all working together. Things can happen inadvertently or otherwise.
And we've seen that. I mean, some of the best well-laid plans, best executed. We've seen that with the Toyota as an organization. They got it working. They got Toyotas running together. But if that front one slips up, guess what? You wipe out all the Toyotas.
Yes, exactly. So, but they do work together. You'll see them pitting together on pit road, and so on and so forth to keep their strategy intact. So definitely looking forward to the race this weekend out at Talladega Superspeedway. Watch for more coming soon. We're also previewing the NASCAR Xfinity Series as well as the NASCAR Cup Series, also racing out at Talladega Superspeedway this weekend. So that'll be coming up here soon. And was there anything more that you wanted to say, Jay?
Can you say Darrell Waltrip's favorite word when it comes to super speedway racing?
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Well, no, that's three. That was a good answer, though. Cooperation. Cooperation amongst your competition until it's time.
That's right. You'll see a lot of competition at Talladega Superspeedway. Okay, we do want to say thank you for watching. We do appreciate it. And we will look forward to seeing you in the next video for our next preview.
We'll talk to you soon.